Good morning and happy week 6 of online learning. This is your reading workbook for this week. By now, this should be sort of familiar. You have your weekly assignments listed here. On Monday, we're doing something a little different today. So we're going to be checking progress monitoring on your reading comprehension. So I'm going to give you guys one of two choices today. Your first choice is to complete STAR assessment, which you guys are used to at this point. So you can click here to watch how to complete STAR, and then the link is here for you to click to go to the STAR login. If you forget your username and password, just leave me a comment and I can give that to you as well. Your other option, if you don't want to do STAR, is to click on this link to do an easy CBM where you will read a passage and answer questions about that passage. You will need to know your group, which will be labeled here, and your each individual reading workbook for you. And you can watch the video here for me to go over it with you as well. Make sure that you're not getting help with any of the progress monitoring from any parents or siblings, because this is something that should be completed on your own to check whether or not you're making progress, and it helps your teacher and your parents see what progress you've been making. So again, make sure this is on your own and that you do your absolute best on this. You do not have to do both of these. You're choosing option 1 or option 2. Then on Tuesday, here are some vocabulary words that you may hear from the story. If you'd like to practice those vocabulary words, there are 2 slides for optional practice. Again, this is not mandatory because it would have been completed on Monday, but you did progress monitoring instead. So you can do the vocab practice, but it is not needed. What you will do, though, is you will make a prediction about the story based on these words: banned from school, defying the ban, a powerful weapon, her fight continues. So based on those headings from the story, I think the story will be about, and type your answer here. Then you are going to listen to the story. If you'd like to follow along, you can click on this link and click it on Flag Crow 2 in order to follow along, or you can just watch the video here. Be sure that when you click on the video, you're clicking full screen, so that way you are seeing the words as you're listening to it. While you're reading, you should be making 3 annotations on the next slide and 1 annotation for the poem that's also read at the end. So here is where you will record your annotations. I'm going to challenge you guys to write 1 question, 1 connection, and 1 opinion during listening to the story. And then your poem annotation can be any of the 3 that you choose, but I'm going to challenge you to write 1 of each of the following types of annotations. You can use the starter sentences above if they help you. Then on Wednesday, you're going to begin comparing and contrasting the 2 stories, Girl Fighter Hero from last week and Malia the Powerful from this week. So if you need to re-listen to either of those stories, you can go ahead by clicking on the links here. As we're comparing and contrasting, remember these are similarities and differences. So I want you to think about the genre. So is this a nonfiction? Is it a narrative? Is it a fiction? Is it a fantasy? Is it a mystery? What's the author's purpose of each of the stories? What are the text features that you see? What main ideas are there? What do you know about the characters that you can compare and contrast? What about the theme or the message you were supposed to learn? If you forget Girl Fighter Hero, here are some information for you that you may be able to compare and contrast with Malia the Powerful. So Girl Fighter Hero is a historical fiction. That means it's true, based on history. The purpose of this is to entertain or describe. The text features were illustration, maps, captions, and italicized print from that story. We know that Sybil was brave, daring, courageous, strong, and capable. The theme was that women can be just as strong as men and just as capable of fighting for causes, but there was another theme as well if you go back and listen to that story. And the main idea of the story was that Sybil was given an important role during the American Revolution to tell people about the battle of the militia to come to her father's house at once so they can prepare for the battle. So she did so successfully. So this is everything about Girl Fighter Hero. So you are going to type in the differences from each of them on the outside, and anything they have in common will go in the middle. Make sure that when you start typing, you get rid of the type here print. For Thursday, you're going to answer the close read question, reread the last 3 lines from the poem, and blaze and blaze and blaze with light. Why might the poet repeat the word blaze 3 times? How do these lines describe Malia? So the definition of blaze is to give off a strong, bright light, to shine very brightly. So the word blaze describes Malia. Why? And the poet, why do you think they repeat the word? Think about how the word blaze might reflect someone's personality. This is a type of figurative language. Finally, on Friday, you are going to take the Google quiz on Malia the Powerful. You can listen to the story again before taking the quiz if you'd like here. If not, go ahead and click on the GIF, because if you don't know this, Monday is May 4th, which is National Star Wars Day. So you can go ahead and click on the Google form here to take you to the quiz.